Look at the quality of this video. Hey guys, hope you all have been well. As you can see from the quality of this video, yes, I do have a new lens installed. But that is not what this video is for. I'm going to show you my foundation collection as requested by a lovely viewer. But first, makeup. Foundation today is Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I wanted to give that another go. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I have a love-hate relationship with it. Lashes, Stack Lashes 43 and 12 from MAC. Brow, Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills in Ash Brown. On my lids, I just have like 2 random brown eyeshadows. I don't even know. I think I took them from 2 different palettes. My bronzing powder is from Smashbox on like the outer perimeter, the main areas of my face to bronze it up. And then like to really hollow out my cheekbones, I had used NARS's Casino Bronzer. Brain fart right there. So bad. On my cheeks, I have MAC's Eternal Sun blush, and then highlight. Oh, well. For my highlighter, I have Anastasia's Riviera Illuminator. And then on my lips, which I'm excited to share with you guys, this is, I can't pronounce. It's in French, and I don't French, okay? That sounded wrong. I don't speak French. This is the Rouge Allure Velvet in the number 50, and if I'm just gonna pronounce it, just to pronounce it, it's La Ramonesque, like Roman-esque. Romanesque, maybe? But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get started, guys. This is where I keep my foundation, guys. I just keep it in this acrylic container. And these are not all foundations. I keep my dirty sponges. Don't look at that. I pride myself on cleaning stuff, but I don't really use my beauty blenders, so sometimes they stay dirty for a while. The front portion are my foundations, and then at the back I have all my setting sprays and like the stuff that I use to kind of make my foundation less matte. The first one is one that I've done a video on already. I've done a review on it a long while back, but this is the Makeup Forever Original HD Foundation. This foundation, I would say, is a very strong, like medium full coverage foundation. If you have like simple, almost gone acne scars, you can use this and it looks like full coverage foundation. The sun is coming out. The lighting's looking different yet again. Anyways, this foundation offers amazing coverage, but it's not the most long lasting on my skin. It doesn't necessarily break up on me, but it just kind of fades a lot more quickly. Whenever I have this foundation on, I really like the way my skin looks in the video. There's something about this HD quality. But like I mentioned, this is just like going out with your girlfriends, a nice dinner, sit down, take some pictures. This is amazing stuff. If you have a photo shoot or you're gonna film like a YouTube video, this foundation never ever lets me down. Now the viewer had requested that I tell you what shade I'm in, just in case you're similar to my skin tone. I have this foundation in 2 different shades. When I was in Sephora, I don't know, I think we had gone during the day, but for some reason the lighting just threw me off in there. I know it may not look too different on here, but this is N140, and this one here is N127. This shade is lighter than this. I have used this in videos before, and I really had to bronze up the outer perimeter of my face because this is like 2 shades lighter than me. I think maybe people with NC37, NC35 would fit this more, whereas someone of a similar skin tone to mine would probably fare well with this. I don't think it's like the exact perfect shade for me, but it's close enough to where I can go out with it and not be like, you know, headless horseman. And what I have been doing is I use this on the outer perimeter of my face, and then I apply this like in the highlighted areas, just so that I don't have to do highlighting with concealer or like highlighter pens. But that is this foundation. Don't use it if you're going to be active outside, but definitely use it for photo shoots and filming because they're amazing. Now this is the foundation that I have on. This is the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation, and this foundation, I don't think I figured out the best way to apply it on my skin to where it doesn't break up on my skin. Every time I use this foundation, it breaks up on me. This is a full coverage foundation. However, if you have like dry acne spots, like if you use a spot treatment, if it dries up on your skin, this doesn't blend well onto it. In general, that's hard to cover up because the dry patch makes it so obvious, but I find that other foundations can camouflage it a whole lot better than this one. I feel it makes it a little bit more apparent, but the color on this is spot on for me. This is like the best color match I've ever found for my skin, and the way it looks on the skin looks amazing. This gives you like a almost satin finish. It looks very much like natural luminous skin without making you look oily. I think this can fit people of all skin types, but more on the normal to oily skin. I don't think that people with dry skin will like it as much because it can cling to those dry patches, but it really just looks amazing on the skin. But guys, this breaks up on me like no other. I've tried using it with a beauty blender, and I've tried using it with a brush, and I'm almost certain that it's because I like set my foundation, or the water from the beauty blender kind of mixes in with the foundation and it just breaks it up. But that doesn't usually happen with other foundations, just with this one, because that is my usual routine. And if you're interested, I am in medium 53. That is my shade. It is perfection. So right now, I'm not going to like honestly vouch for this stuff because I'm not in love with it. I don't want to say that it's amazing, and it's really not. But if you're looking for coverage and really great looking satin skin, if you are normal to oily skin, that's what I would recommend it for. But as far as longevity is concerned, I'm not sure. Okay guys, I'm going to show you my 2 drugstore foundations. I love these with all of my heart. If there's anything that I'm going to recommend from the drugstore, it is these 2 products. I've recommended it to other people on YouTube, friends. It is amazing. This combination, I'm going to show them to you together because together they are bomb.com. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Together, this is my favorite foundation of all time. I have yet to find anything that comes close to it for longevity, for coverage, for look, for everything. It's perfect. So the first one is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup, and I get mine in W6. And then this one here, I have Revlon Color Stay in Warm Golden. I had a different shade before, but it was too orange on my skin, so I went one shade lighter. This has a bit more of a neutral tone, and this one has a bit of a yellow tone, and together they just look really good on the skin. It's not a perfect color match for me, but it's close enough. Again, I always bronze the outer portions of my face, so it kind of just looks like skin. So the Revlon Color Stay is a very good like matte, long lasting foundation. This is long lasting, but this is a bit too matte for my skin. I have really oily skin, but if you use this on its own, it can cling to dry patches, and I know that because of my like use of benzoyl peroxide. But when you put this on, this adds in kind of more of like a satin feel to it, so it's not completely matte. It almost looks like very nice, flawless, natural but not looking skin. It gives off the same look like if you were to use the Makeup Forever. On camera, this looks really good as well too, and I'm pretty sure it has to deal with this because this makes your face look amazing. This foundation is tried and true for so many people. Same as this, but I think more so with this foundation. If you have oily skin, tack this on. I'm telling you, your makeup will look amazing, flawless for so long. This does not come off my face until I take it off. But I will like to make mention that with all of these foundations, I always set it with powder. So when I lock this in with powder, set it with the setting spray, it looks amazing on the skin and does not budge at all. And even if I were to sweat, only my sweat comes through. The makeup itself doesn't come off. I'm not even joking, guys. It is that amazing. You need to try it. Find a shade in this range, find a shade in this range, mix them together, and you will have the best foundation ever. The next one is this bad boy right here. There's a big kahuna of this one, but I wanted to try it out first. This is the MAC Studio Face and Body Foundation. It has taken me forever and a day to finally bite the bullet and buy this foundation because I hear it's a sheerer coverage foundation, and I do have acne scarring. But I figured I could use this on days when I just don't want to look like I have makeup on, but I do. And so what I do is I would apply this all over my face, let it set, and then just kind of work in areas where I need to. Sometimes I don't even care about other red spots coming through, but this really just evens out the skin tone. I believe this is water resistant, not waterproof, but you can use this to the beach. It really does stay fairly well on the skin. This lasts better on my skin than the Kat Von D one does. This gives you a very luminous finish. The texture of it is very interesting. It doesn't feel like other foundations. A lot of these foundations, even though the consistency is different, the way it looks on the skin, the texture of it is kind of the same. Whereas this kind of feels more gel-like. I feel like it's gel based. Kind of has a bit of a different slip on it. So when you initially put it on, it feels very liquidy, but almost like instantaneously it gets a little more tacky until you kind of build it onto your skin, but it still maintains kind of like that jelly or gel-like consistency. So if you find that tinted moisturizers don't work well on your skin because it doesn't stay on, I would suggest that you try this out because this works well on my skin, and I sweat like crazy. I'm sweating right now. It's so hot. But yes, this is the shade C5, and it is a smidge, like a smidge darker than me, but after I highlight where I normally highlight, it just looks like regular foundation to me. Okay guys, you know how I said in another video that I don't usually film around this time? It's that time again. It's a little late. I'm sorry. So if the light keeps fluctuating back and forth, the sun is doing its thing. It's rude. What am I gonna do? Okay, last bit guys, I promise. This is the full coverage foundation from MAC, and I think the first person I ever heard talk about this was Wayne Goss. He knows his stuff. He's amazing. He's a talented guy. But this foundation, guys, it's crazy. This is basically the Studio concealer, the one in the small pots, but just in a big old pan. There's not much to say about these foundations. They are what they say they are. It's full coverage. This can cover anything. If you want to kind of mute it down, make it less of a full coverage, make it look more natural on the skin, use a beauty blender, but I honestly prefer to use it with the brush, and then I set it and then spray over top of it. That way I don't have to use concealer on my acne scars. But I don't use this like to go out and like be active. I use this when I want to get glammed and I want to look fierce and flawless. That's what these foundations are for. I'm surprised that I like this foundation and Face and Body because there is no other MAC foundation that I like. They break me out, with the exception of these two. It's crazy, and I'm glad because I like that one for like natural days, and then this one for when I want to look like Beyonce. If you have not tried this, I think Patrick Starr uses it too. If you have not tried this, guys, I just like threw that randomly out there. If you have not tried this, you need to. If you know that you suffer with acne and you want a like full coverage foundation option, I would highly recommend this. It's very emollient, it's very creamy, but if you set this with a powder, like kind of bake your skin for a little bit, this can last you all night, girlfriend, all night. The beauty with these things is if you want to go ham on your makeup, I mean start to finish, chisel out your cheekbones, contour to the gods, you need this because this is like blank canvas. You can start fresh, brand new. That's what these are for. So I'm going to tell you what shades I have. I have NC35 and C40. and you can already guess what I do with them. I use this one in the like inner perimeter of my face, and then this one I apply on the outside, and it just looks amazing, guys. So that is it, guys. That's all the foundations I have. I know I kind of talked about them a little too much, but I wanted to give you a bit of information about them instead of being like, here's what I have and here's what I have and thank you for coming. You know what I mean? I wanted to share my experience with them with you. This lighting will be the death of me, I swear. This is why I'm so used to filming at night. But yes, I really do hope you guys enjoy this video. If there's anything that I missed that you wanted me to go over, ask me down below and I will try my best to get back to you. And yeah, I'm so excited for this lens, guys. It's looking good right now. If you have not done so and would like to, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button down below, as well as follow me on my Instagram's accounts. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and till the next one, I hope you guys are all doing well, taking really good care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye. Someone had commented in a previous video that since watching, like, you know, my music time section, their music playlist has expanded. That touched my heart. So let's move on with a new song, guys, to the computer.